In this video, you're going to find Gomek, a huge yet gentle animal. You'll also find the Dominator, the one who was always at loggerheads with Brutus. Lastly, you'll see Gustav, the largest crocodile in Africa and one I've talked about quite a bit. You're gonna find all these on this channel and more if you stay tuned.
Now, before the video starts, I want you to go down right now and hit that like button. Also, while you're down there, make sure to subscribe for more videos. If you do hit that subscribe button, then also hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button so you can turn on post notifications. If you have hit that like button, you did subscribe to the channel, then let me know by putting a comment below saying I subscribed, and I'll reply back to 100 lucky individuals.
Tawi Tawi. Residents of Tawi Tawi province made history after they captured one of the biggest crocodiles ever. The natives of the Philippines woke up on September 9, 2017 to a rather large surprise. Local sources say that fishermen spotted it 3 days earlier but thought it was a simple wooden log. It didn't occur to them that a creature would be that big. However, they approached it when it moved and they looked closely and realized it was a crocodile before phoning the authorities to do the needful actions. A lot of fishermen were involved in the operation that lasted for hours. The animal didn't even help matters as it was also aggressive and it damaged several fishing nets and damaged a boat. After it was successfully captured, the authorities took it into their care to manage it. You might be wondering why they didn't just up and kill the thing, but there actually is a big fine in the Philippines for $2,000 if one kills a crocodile. One could get in prison for up to 6 years as well. Jaws 3. Jaws 3 is a huge saltwater crocodile in the Madras Crocodile Bank Trust, a reptile zoo and herpetology research station. The area is located 40 kilometers south of the city of Chennai in Tamil Nadu, India. The research was established in 1976 by Romulus and his wife Zai. Jaws 3 is at least 17 feet long and weighs over a ton. It's believed to be the largest crocodile in captivity in Southern Asia, and the animal attracts tons of curious visitors from across the globe to the park. The animal arrived at the park only months after it was established. It was housed alongside other crocodiles that were similar in size and resemblance. However, it soon began to outgrow its siblings. The researchers at the park noticed this and were convinced that he wasn't an ordinary animal. They knew they had to intervene before things got out of hand, and he started to try to eat his brothers. He couldn't be housed with the females because of their savage disposition and strength, so he was separated from the rest of the animals and housed in a fortified enclosure. You can actually still visit him, he's just kinda lonely. Gomek. Gomek is a large saltwater crocodile captured by George Craig in Papua New Guinea. When he died, he measured 17.8 feet long and weighed around 680 kilos. He was later bought by Terry and Arthur Jones in 1985 and was taken to Ocala in Florida before he was then resold. For nearly a decade, the croc wowed spectators with its nutria-tossing abilities and his tolerance for people. Feeders were allowed to go inside the enclosure and go as close as 1 meter. Despite being too close, the animal barely reacted aggressively. This had been impossible for regular giants like this one. Even though feeders used a long tongue to feed it, it was still tame and didn't consider harming anyone. After many years of entertaining visitors who came to watch it, it died of heart disease on March 6, 1997. It was old and one of the tamest captive crocodiles in existence by then. When he died, his estimated age was between 60 to 80, and his enclosure now houses another animal called Maximo, widely hailed as his successor. Cassius. Cassius was recognized by the Guinness World Records as the largest crocodile in captivity in 2011. This monster is missing the tip of his tail and his front legs due to vicious fights. Cassius lives in marine land Melanesia in Australia. It was captured in 1987 in the Finniss River in the Northern Territory. He was considered a nuisance and was also responsible for attacking several boats. Cassius measured 17 feet and 11 inches long and is believed to be over 100 years old. The animal was named after Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali's original name. George Craig, the person who captured Gomek, is attributed to this one as well. For years, animals like this have been captured and relocated because they threaten humans and other animals alike. Unlike Gomek though, Cassius was still pretty feared and it was guaranteed he would probably try to eat somebody if they got too close. Yai. Yai is an estuarine Siamese hybrid. It is housed at the Samut Prakan Crocodile Farm Zoo in Thailand. It measures between 5 to 6 meters depending on the account that you believe. There's actually various accounts of how long this croc species is, but we know that he's not a regular croc. Much like Gomek, they tolerate people and calmly watch on as everybody screams in excitement. Feeders have nothing to fear as they can clean, feed, and touch it without fear of what you would expect. Aside from Yai, visitors to the crocodile farm can also see some other animals, including monkeys, hippos, elephants, horses, great apes, and tigers. There's actually daily crocodile shows to be seen as well. Performers do tricks like putting their heads inside a crocodile's mouth and some other possibly dangerous stunts. Brutus. Brutus is one of the largest crocodiles ever discovered. He's a tourist attraction on the Adelaide River in Australia. This massive animal has only 3 limbs, and you can kinda guess as to why. Brutus had confronted a bull shark in one of the fiercest fights in the river's estuary. It's unclear if the bull shark survived the extent of its injuries. However, you can tell that the fight may have lasted for hours with no animal giving up. Brutus is 18 feet and 4 inches tall and weighs about a ton. Tourists are often awed at the sight of Brutus, as a lot of them who have come to see it have never seen a croc before. The feeling is compared to seeing an extinct dinosaur for the first time. Brutus gained international attention after pictures of him eating a shark trended online. People just sort of naturally flocked to him. Brutus is said to be over 80 years old and has engaged in more battles within that time period than any other croc than we know. Bujang Senang. Bujang Senang was a massive croc that lived in Borneo. Local sources say it was a man-eater that had attacked and killed unsuspecting people for over 30 years. The initial measurement said it was around 25 feet tall, but later measurement revealed exaggerated length. Before his death, his length was 19 feet and 3 inches long, and he weighed over a ton. Bujang was later killed on May 20th, 1992, and it was then that the zookeepers realized that its length was overestimated. According to legends, Bujang Sinang was a warrior originally called Simalungan. He was killed at Sangang River after saving his wife from her captors. His body and his wife's were thrown into the river and sank to the river's bottom. When his brother learned of what happened to him, he prayed to the gods to allow him to carry out a revenge operation. The gods then turned him into a gigantic white crocodile to help him defeat his enemies. Dominator. Even though there's no official measurement for the Dominator, some researchers say it may measure up to 20 feet and weigh over a ton. It lives in the same territory with Brutus, another saltwater giant mentioned earlier in the script. Also, if you remember, I said that Brutus is missing a limb. And funny enough, Dominator may be a suspect in the scuffle that led to Brutus losing that limb. They claim that Dominator hates Brutus and would do anything to take him down. Over the years, both animals have learned to stay away from each other while respecting their own space, though. While both animals are often at loggerheads, zookeepers say it's not healthy for them, but tourists love to watch them fight. Lolong. Measuring over 20 feet long, Lolong was one of the largest crocodiles in captivity. It was also the longest ever measured from snout to tail. The animal was sedated to allow experts to measure it and arrive at an accurate figure. In 2011, it was officially measured and named the world's longest crocodile ever caught in captivity. The animal was caught in the province of Agusan del Sur in the Philippines in September of 2011, and it was captured in a joint operation comprising of residents, government, and crocodile hunters in Palawan. It took the team 3 weeks to hunt this animal down. It also took 100 people to drag it to land when it was eventually found. He became aggressive and tried to escape twice by breaking the restraining ropes, and the team was quick to get another one that secured it properly. The croc is around 50 years old and has been accused of eating a child and a 50-year-old man. It's also said to be a suspect in the disappearances of seahorses in the area. Gustav. One I've talked about quite often. Nile crocodiles are apex predators for a good reason. Gustav is recorded as the largest croc in Africa and is a notorious man-eater. He's rumored to have killed over 300 people who came too close to the river's shore where it lived and eventually developed a taste for man. Locals say that the animal kills for sustenance and pleasure as well. When he appears on the water's surface, he picks a few prey out and then suddenly disappears with them. The next time he resurfaces, it waits patiently for another unlucky prey. When experts first saw him, they speculated that he was around 100 years old or possibly more. Recent studies show, though, that he's actually relatively younger since its teeth are complete. Older animals suffer from tooth loss when old age is near, but locals say the animal can eat up to 20 humans in a day by ambushing and pouncing on them when they're close to the river bank, so age isn't really a factor here. See you all next time.